Did you know that yawning and sighing are actually signs of something much bigger called chronic overbreathing? Now, chronic overbreathing can significantly affect your overall health, giving you more fatigue, difficulty concentrating, having asthma, and more allergies. So stay tuned for this week's episode where we tell you how to combat chronic overbreathing. As Chris and I have discussed in previous episodes, it's so important to maintain a certain level of carbon dioxide in your body so we have actually enough oxygen usage in our body. And one thing that can affect that is actually sighing. Most of us sigh way more often than we think we do throughout the day. So my first challenge to you is to see how many times are you sighing throughout the day. And if you feel a sigh coming on, if you can suppress it, that's good, or even take a swallow instead of doing the sigh. If you feel like you can only notice a sigh afterwards, a good thing to kind of reset is to actually hold your breath for 10 to 15 seconds after the sigh to get the level of carbon dioxide back into your body. Okay, so yawning is actually a really big deal. It's not something that just happens because you're bored in class, and you better not be yawning during our videos. Yawning actually makes us have too much oxygen in our body. So if you feel a yawn coming on, what you can do is actually just try not to get more air into your body. I know it's hard, but see if you can try. But for those of us that yawn a lot, we're typically people that use our voice all day long, like our singers, teachers, people that work in sales. One reason is because we get a little too much oxygen in our body between our sentences. Air just kind of creeps in. So one thing we can do is make sure that we're nasal breathing between our sentences and that we can actually make shorter sentences as well. Another thing we can do is make sure the golden rule is that you shouldn't hear your breath at rest or between your words. When we overbreathe for a matter of hours or days, our respiratory system actually adjusts to a lower tolerance of carbon dioxide. What that means, it increases our respiratory center's rate of impulse for breathing. End of story, we overbreathe more. And then that makes us be breathless and habitually hyperventilating. So one way we can counteract this is actually our breathe light to breathe right exercise. Now credit is where credit is due, is actually taken from this book that we love, The Oxygen Advantage by Patrick McEwen. Okay, so for this exercise, we're gonna need about 3 to 5 minutes. We're not gonna do it all here, but I'm gonna talk you through it. What this will do is kind of increase our body's tolerance to carbon dioxide again to help us not overbreathe, okay? So what we're gonna wanna do is sit up nice and straight, and like a string is pulling us to our ceiling, one hand on our chest and one hand on our abdomen. What we're gonna do is take a nice breath in, and basically these hands are here just to show you where you're breathing so you can get awareness of how much air you're taking in your chest, how much air you're taking in your abdomen, and serving as a resistance to both of those. Not any right or wrong right now. Right now we're just gonna breathe in and feel that. So let's breathe in through our nose. Good. And now what we wanna do with each subsequent breath is try to take in less air. See if you can breathe in, take in less air, and then exhale. Use your hands as resistance to taking in more air. What we want to do is be able to get a significant hunger for air within our body. Now, if you become dizzy or not feeling well, too much, you've created too much of an air hunger within your body. But we just want to make sure we have just a little bit of where our body gets used to a little bit less and less of the oxygen. We have more carbon dioxide in our body. So let's return again. Good. Practice this for about 3 to 5 minutes every day, and it's going to significantly help your chronic overbreathing.